welcome to another video. Gonna be honest, this is a very last minute intro because it's 10:15 and I was just about to settle down and try and go to sleep. And then I was like, oh no, I haven't started the video yet. The reason that this is so last minute is because today has just been another day of really intense pain. I actually did get some sleep last night, so that was really good. But as the day wore on, as has been the way for the past week or two actually, the pain just steadily increases until it's just unbearable really. And although it didn't really get to the unbearable stage today, it was close. It was close. I had a counselling session today, which was again a very emotional one. I don't know why that's the way they are at the moment. I'm not feeling particularly heightened emotionally or anything, it just seems to be the way it is. I suppose it sneaks up on me. Of course it did not help the pain. In fact, it made it a good deal worse. But it's okay because it was a really good session and I'm glad I did it. I'm going to go to bed now. Hopefully I get some sleep. I actually should have slept better last night than I did. But when I was going to bed, I took the wrong kind of antihistamine. I took my hay fever antihistamine as opposed to my antiemetic antihistamine. And I was like, I don't want to take the two together because that might not be right. So I just didn't take it. And then I woke up at 3 a.m. feeling really sick, so I had to take it then. So I was awake for an hour when I could have been asleep. So I didn't make that same mistake tonight. So hopefully I'll sleep better. Well, thankfully I'm feeling much more human today. My pain has been much lower. Might be to do with the fact that I actually slept okay last night, which was so needed. It has, however, been a very hectic, crazy day. It was my sister's graduation today, which meant that her and my mum and my dad were travelling to Cardiff, where she went to university, because the graduation was taking place there, obviously. And we're also having building work done in the house today, having some cabinets fitted in the lounge downstairs, which is the room like directly beneath my bedroom. So it was really noisy. My family left around lunchtime and it's just been me for most of the day. I had to have a shower and wash my hair because I'm going to the dentist tomorrow. I had to go and get my dinner from the kitchen. It was pre-made. I just had to go and pick it up. But that is quite a lot to do in one day for me. I'm so pleased that I handled it because I was so worried after the last few weeks how high my pain has been that I just wouldn't be able to do that. But I did. I've managed it. Hopefully I sleep well again tonight because, as I said, I've got the dentist tomorrow. Yeah, just really hoping that I get a good night's sleep. Well, what with the intense heat last night, a lot of pain, and we had a huge thunder and lightning storm that lasted for hours and was so loud that it went through my earplugs. Between those things, I did not get a lot of sleep last night and I'm feeling extraordinarily exhausted today. My jaw pain isn't too bad yet, which is great, because if it was bad as well as the fatigue, I wouldn't be able to go to the dentist today. But I'm really going to push myself and I'm going to go because I just want to get the ball rolling in terms of what we can do about my jaw pain. So I'm going to do it. I'm feeling dazed and kind of, well, just really out of it basically. I've also got builders in the house again for the second day. Hopefully this should be the last day, which is great, but it's still really noisy. Oh my god, I'm just so tired. I am exhausted. So I'm just gonna lie down, have lunch, lie down again, get dressed, lie down again, and then go to the dentist. I was so close to fainting in the dentist's. The closest I've been in a long time. The appointment went really well though, so that's great. He manipulated my jaw a lot and this is going to sound weird, he stuck a finger like in between my teeth and asked me to close my mouth slightly and then like pushed on my jaw muscles, and oh my god, was it painful. It was horrendous because it was like a flare-up of the pain that I constantly have all the time. And he said that the jaw muscles are just in constant spasm because they're so tense, and that's why I'm getting all this pain. It's going down my neck and up into my head and causing migraines. So he said that he could fit me for something called an SCI, which is basically like a mouth guard that just fits over your top teeth and so prevents your back ones from closing when you're asleep and grinding and tensing your muscles. So that was good. He said the time had come to redo the filling in my left front tooth. That did make me kind of nervous because that was the filling that triggered the nerve damage, that caused my abscess, that led to my root canal, which was so incredibly painful, that whole process. but it was with a different dentist, and my current dentist said I should charge you for it, as in like a private treatment, because I wanted a cosmetic filling, which means that it'll stay white, because at the moment it's quite discoloured, that tooth, and it's something that I'm really self-conscious about, especially when I'm talking in videos. I'm just so aware of it all the time. But he said that he would do it for me on the NHS, which means I don't have to pay, because the first time it was done, it was botched because it caused the nerve damage, and then the nerve damage was not taken seriously by that dentist. So that was so nice of him, and I was just like, oh, thank you so much. I mean, I've been putting it off and putting it off having it done, just because I don't want to have it done for like no reason, but because it started to decay more, he said the time has come to do it. So I was like, okay. So I'm a little nervous about that, but I am happy that my tooth will be a little bit whiter now, so that's good. I'm just so exhausted now. I'm just going to try and rest. I've got an ice lolly because it's super humid today, and that's really not helping with the fatigue, the dizziness, or the headache. So I thought an ice lolly might help. I'm going to go and relax. I'm watching Outlander from the beginning again because the trailer for the new season was released yesterday and it got me really excited, so I wanted to watch it again. Well, yesterday was a day of just pure payback. I actually wasn't expecting it to be as bad as it was. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe because I haven't done something to that extent on a day where I felt that bad, if that makes sense, for a while. I was in a lot of pain yesterday for the vast majority of the day. Usually my pain is best in the morning, and then as the day goes on it gets worse, but yesterday was the opposite way round. So I woke up in a lot of pain, and until about 6 p.m. I couldn't actually tolerate any light. I was just lying in bed in a dark room listening to the first Outlander book on audiobook, and it was just really, really tough. And then at sort of 6-7 p.m. I did start to feel a little bit better, so I pulled my blind up a bit, but I put my sunglasses on so as to not risk the light triggering the headache again. And on top of the pain, I was also just completely exhausted. Going to the dentist and having him manipulate my jaw so much was very, very painful, and I was expecting the pain to be more because of it, but I was not expecting that level of exhaustion. It was extreme. Haven't felt that in a while. And I'm not completely recovered today, really. My pain isn't too bad, but my energy levels are just not good at all. On the plus side though, I am wearing new pyjamas, and let's be honest, are they not the prettiest pyjamas you've ever seen? I was worried that they would be a bit too pink for my liking because I don't really like pink, but actually they're much more purple, so I love them. It's the 21st of July today, which means in 2 days' time it will be a month since my birthday, and I have still not written my thank you letters. I literally only have to write about 4, but it's just such hard work for me, and my pain has been so bad that I just haven't been able to. I'm really gonna try over the next couple of days to do it. I'm going to try and finish editing my video first because I haven't done very much of it because this week has just been a little bit hectic. One of the things I'm always really aware of with chronic illness is that although your close family and friends might, or hopefully, understand and get the fact that you're slow to respond to messages, you're slow to respond to texts and phone calls and stuff, but it's not because you don't care. And I'm sure that most of my extended family, if not all my extended family, understand that, but I'm so worried that people will think I'm rude and that I haven't written my thank you letter just because I can't be bothered or I don't care. That's just so far from the truth, and I'm so worried that people will think that, which I know is kind of silly because everyone knows I'm ill, but I'm not sure they know how ill. I don't know. That's just something I'm really conscious of. I'm gonna go and rest now. It's almost lunchtime. Gonna rest before I have to eat lunch. You know it's bad when that happens. Today, definitely been an improvement. I haven't been on the verge of a migraine at all today, which is pretty much a first for the last 2 weeks, so I'm very happy about that. I did want to take a second to talk about one of the new supplements that got delivered in the last video. I've been taking L-tryptophan for about a week now, I think. The first couple of days were a bit tricky because I didn't know how many tablets I should take, and I didn't know whether they need to be with food, away from food, etc. Because for some reason I didn't get any dosing instructions with them, so I had to email my doctors and wait for them to get back to me and so on. Anyway, it turns out I need to take 2 of these half an hour before I go to bed, at least 2 hours after I've eaten and only with water. So it's kind of a complicated dosing instructions. I haven't noticed any great difference in terms of my sleep. There have been a couple of nights where I have slept what I would say is well for me, but the rest of the time I haven't noticed any difference really. The not sleeping really does make everything so much worse. Every symptom I have is made worse by not sleeping. I mean, if I could crack the sleep, I could crack a lot of other things, I think. I've just been feeling quite fed up today because I wanted to do some yoga and I couldn't because I was just too tired, and I've had a lot of pain again in my jaw. It hasn't really progressed to a migraine or anything close to it, but it's just been consistently there all day, making everything just really uncomfortable and hard work. So I've just been lying in bed watching Grey's Anatomy, which is fine. It's not like it's a terrible day because I'm able to actually look at a screen, but it just reminded me of how many days I used to have like that, particularly about this time last year. That was all I could do all day, was just lie in bed, watch Grey's Anatomy or something similar. I don't know, it just brought me back into that place where I just felt like I was in a loop. I couldn't seem to do anything to get out of it. I was just feeling rubbish all the time, even more rubbish than usual. It's very tricky to quantify feeling rubbish. I don't really want to swear a lot, so I don't know what I can say. I'm pretty worried that this video is just me constantly saying how much pain I'm in. So if that's what it is, I'm sorry. I don't really want to apologise for that because that is what this week has been, but I don't want these videos to be that. But sometimes you can't get away from it, I guess. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's not been too boring and depressing. I know I said that last week, but I feel like it applies to this week as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.